Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros.
Acknowledge us.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Wrestling with the Bros alongside Fair. Are you there? I think Fair may have been there he is. What's Fair? Are you there?
I don't know what I am right now. I'm up, I'm here, I'm there. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. We have a special guest tonight, our Texas correspondent for all things wrestling. It is not my guy, his guy, but your guy, Nix. Nix, what's going on, man? How you feeling, baby?
Yeah, you see the picture. Acknowledge me.
And wait a minute, that was at that SmackDown you went during the Mania run. Was that in March?
Yeah, that's when Coy, whenever our guy, my guy, your guy, Fair, whatever, when Cody got his smack back. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was the one in Dallas.
Yeah, who got
that was
the
the one
pin,
you went
though?
with your daughter.
Who got the pin though? Yeah.
Who got the chip
pin
though? Who got the
Who
chip
got
though?
the pin though?
Who
We
got
ain't
the
talking about
chip,
Roman. You was
though?
talking about Rock.
But who
You was
got
talking about
the
Rock.
chip though?
Who got the pin though?
I'm just trying
Who
to
got the
find out who
pin
got
though?
the chip. Who needed
Who
whose
got? It ain't
help
for
to beat the
long.
bloodline?
It ain't for long.
This past Saturday.
It ain't for long.
Who needed whose
It ain't for
help?
long.
Who needed whose
That's
help?
coming right
Huh?
back. It's
Huh,
coming right
fella?
back. It's
Here's
coming
what you
right
can
back.
tell the
You
Rock.
lucky I can't yell and curse
Here's
right
what you
now.
can tell the
I'm
final
so lucky
boss.
I can't yell and curse right
Here's what
now.
you need to tell the final boss. What you need to do is tell the final boss stop carrying that fake ass belt around. That shit looks
You come back
stupid.
on next week, sir. You come back on next week. God damn it.
Oh man, this feels like Twitter Spaces right now.
Yeah, carrying that dumbass belt. When he came up with that dumbass belt, I was like, bro, like this shit's corny. Like, stop carrying the damn
What
belt,
mask
bro.
belt? What you talking about? Oh, you talking about Rock? Well, I can't disagree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man. This shit's corny, dog. Like,
he's
get
the
that shit
he's
up
the
out of here.
people's champ, man. He's the
Man,
people's
fuck
champ.
out of here. Fuck out of here.
Wait a minute, Nick. He's got to get people. He's got to get people to go buy that belt, man.
Nah, get that thing. That's why you in the Matrix. We don't need to hear what you got to say now, Fair. Get that pump belt out of here.
Yeah, bro. You're in the Matrix. But no, you're good. You're good. Okay. Real quick, shout out to you're good. Shout out to Fair. Hope you're doing well because I know you're in Florida. Are you in the path of Hurricane Milton or?
It's over us right now. Yeah, the eye is south of me a little bit, but the rest of it is all over us right now as we speak. That's why my everything is fucking up.
Oh, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, just make sure they keep our gracious host Fair in your prayers, along with his family and everyone else. Smitty, I believe Smitty is in Orlando. I think he's our great engineer. He is he's in the path of the storm too, right? Or is he's a little bit?
He will be in the remnants of it once it passes, but yeah.
Okay.
It's actually not as bad as we all thought it was going to be because it did de-strengthen to a 3 before landfall, but the winds are still high, and that's what's messing up everything. Like, and I went over to my mom's house because it's a little more inland, and my neighbors was like, "Bro, the water's at our driveway." So out there, okay. I'm on an incline. I don't even know how that happens.
Oh wow. But no, shout out, prayers, thoughts and prayers to Smitty, Fair, and everybody else who's in Florida. I hope you guys stay safe, man. Nix, you were right before the show. We were talking about, you're playing Xbox. How are you doing in your season of college football 25?
Oh man, Texas State getting it in right now. My 3-star just got his 3rd Heisman. I dropped 125 on the head of whoever the hell I played, Appalachian State, somebody in the championship game. Yeah, man, we ready for we got the bye, so I'm waiting to see who I get in the college football playoff right now.
Now wait a minute. I thought you had Miami.
I do in another one. I'm undefeated over there too. The number 2 recruiting class of 21, 4 stars, ranked 1. Well, I'm ranked 2. They put Bama up above me now, but I'm undefeated. I was ranked 20.
Oh, and shout out to your Miami Hurricanes. It seems like, man, luck finds their way because, man, 2 weeks in a row, hey, they got some calls that went their way. So hey,
ain't nobody worry about them calls, bro. Hey, cardiac canes. It is what it is.
Oh man, well look, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. While we're here, let's not waste any time. We're here to have a good time. WWE
fake rock belt.
Oh, WWE Bad Blood happened this past Saturday. It was 5 matches. I thought it was a very good pay-per-view. I give it 4 stars out of 5. We had the space going during the pay-per-view. Next, I'm gonna start with you. What were your thoughts of Bad Blood and overall? And we'll kind of get into the matches a little bit, but overall, what were your thoughts about Bad Blood?
Yeah, I mean, cinema, right? I mean, that's what they do nowadays, cinema. I know there's certain people that are a little upset because Hell in a Cell was the first match, but for the storyline of what is with the Bloodline and Roman Reigns, you just had to do that. I didn't want those close together, separate them out. You couldn't start with it, so it had to be the trilogy, the Hell in the Cell. What a match. Crazy. You know, my man got busted over the head, Drew, 16 staples.
Yeah, man.
Lots of blood. I don't know how much that CM Punk was faking on Monday night. I think my man is like, hey, I don't know how much I signed up for this. But no, I mean, it was good. I think, look, they had the botch in the live match because I do think Raquel run in and whatnot was supposed to work with her still getting the pin, and that didn't go as planned.
Yeah, I'm still confused on who that botch was on. Was that on the referee or was that on?
I'm blaming everybody. I don't know. Could be the ref, could be Raquel, could be whatever, whatever the case. So that's a little botchery there. Look, it was out of 5 stars. Started hot, ended hot. Give me 3.5 stars.
3.5. Okay. And 3.5 stars. Like I said, I gave it 4, and we're waiting for while we're waiting for Fair to come in and give his thoughts overall on Bad Blood. What was your favorite match of the night? Was it the Hell in the Cell or?
Yeah, it was probably Hell in the Cell. I mean, I enjoyed most of the matches in general, to be honest. But the Hell in the Cell was, I mean, what more can you ask for out of a Hell in a Cell match? In a pay per view back for the first time in 20 some odd years, 27. Bad Blood, right? And we got plenty of blood, if you will, in that. It was a great way to end the trilogy, right? I thought, everything this ride that they've taken us through, talking about Punk and McIntyre, I think they nailed the ending properly. I think the match was really good, and now we move forward. So now, obviously, the thing about the last match of the night with the Bloodline and all those things, right? You get a lot of setup, right? A lot of future telling. So sometimes it just depends on where you want to be at. Do you want what's being told to you, the future side, or are you great with this conclusion? I'm excited for where that's going, but for this particular pay per view in a vacuum, I like the ending of the Drew and Punk saga.
Excellent. Fair, are you there?
He's there. He's there in spirit.
He's there in spirit. All right. I thought
that's okay. We'll carry this show. It's fine. We'll carry this show. So.
We'll definitely carry on the show while he's getting things straightened out down there.
Obviously, there's things outside of his control here that he can't help.
he can't help it. He cannot help it. No, I thought the pay-per-view was a solid pay-per-view. I agree with you. Match of the night was definitely the Hell in a Cell match. Loved it. Thought it was a great show. Punk is what, 51, 2, somewhere in there?
Mm-hmm.
So for him to deliver that type of match at his age, kudos to him for doing that, man. Yeah, Drew getting busted up. Ooh, yeah, I thought it was a work. Honestly, I really thought it was, but no, him
Look,
get busted up like that.
it was a work for a while for me, and then when I kept seeing his face continues to get crimsoned up again, I'm like, oh, he really got busted. I didn't know it was as bad, right? I didn't know it was as
Yeah,
bad as it
right,
was,
right.
but I was like,
Yeah.
I knew he got busted open because if he had short hair, remember, we go back a pay-per-view, well, a few pay-per-views, I should say. Now, there was another guy had to get some staples, and he actually got him in the match, remember? And that was Finn, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he got gates open, but the hair kind of hit it. They did a good job and got through it. They didn't have to staple him up during the match, so on and so forth. So, yeah.
Yeah, I did like the Nia Bailey match. It wasn't a great match. Yeah, it was solid. It was a solid match, but I really like the idea or like where they're going with that story. I thought Tiffany was going to cash in her belt. I thought she was going to cash a briefcase. I thought she was going to cash it in. She didn't. Bailey or not Bailey. Nia Jax got the win. I think it's good. Nia kept the belt. I really thought overall, Knicks, it was going to be a heel night. I thought all the heels were going to win, but I do like the fact that for the last match that Roman won, or Roman and Cody won, setting up the storyline for that down the line. I also like the fact that, and they didn't show this during the pay-per-view, but I did like the fact that when The Rock came out, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu and whatnot, they were up in the stands, the Tongo brothers, and I like some fan captured them, or maybe it was WWE that captured them, saying it's all part of the plan. So really interested seeing where that story is going to lead up. Um, I did like the Damian Priest Finn Balor match. I thought that was a good solid match. I thought they put on a good match. Do you see that storyline continuing between those two, or do you think that's done?
I hope not. I'm over it.
Okay, okay.
I'm just like, all right, bro. Terrence wins this, Judgment Day that. I'm just good. I've had enough. I'm good on all that.
Am
Okay.
I back? Can you hear me?
Yep,
My
you're
bad.
you're good, Fair.
For
You're
now.
good.
For now. Yeah, for now.
for now.
Yeah. For now. All right, so y'all was talking about the pay-per-view, right?
Stay
Did I
right
lose
where
you?
you're at, Fair. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fair.
No? Can't hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're
Oh,
good.
there you go.
All right. So, pay-per-view. It's funny. I loved it, but I hated it at the same time. So, as you know, I did not want that Hell in a Cell match to lead off. That was a dumb decision. You don't lead a match off Hell in a Cell with that much emotion attached to it, and then expect the crowd to stay there, even the audience at home to stay there the whole night, bro. I was out. I didn't really pay attention until the Roman Cody match. Again, like I know certain things that happened, like the spot with Bailey 9 when she tried to do a holy karate, and I know it was going wild over that. And then and this was a slugfest type match. Loved that. Like I loved all of it, but the match placement threw me off. So just for that alone, I gave it a 1. I think on the space, I'm giving it like a 2.5 because match play to me is very important, and you cannot lead a match off with that. That does not. I don't care if The Rock is coming at the end of the night. It's not going to excite me. You should not have. That would be the action for 3 Rock and not freaking saying nothing, and then he gave a 10-minute promo walking out of the goddamn building. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. So yeah, I love the matches. I love the matches. Placing Hell in a Cell messed it up for me. First, messed it up for me.
Well, for those of you who may have gotten lost a little bit in translation when Fair was kind of going in and out of the matrix there, but he said this in our Twitter spaces. We held a Twitter space. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at WW2B. We had a Twitter space going on during the pay per view, and pretty much, and fair, I could be wrong, but I think we found out the order of the match or matches or order of the pay per view. I think we found out was it Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday? They had released what the order of the matches were going to be. I think it was Thursday. So you knew right. So once we saw it, at least I did. I was like, okay, The Rock is coming out. I think everybody knew The Rock was coming back that night, and also too, I think they wanted to save Roman for the main event. Now, I totally get where you're coming from, Fair, as far as the emotion of the Hell in the Cell, the storyline with Punk and Drew, this being the end of their story, at least for the time being. I totally get that, and that's why Fair gave it. What do you say, a 2.5 or a 2 for, because the night it happened, he gave it a 1, but I guess he slept on it and now he's giving it a 2, so he went up a point. But I understand why he did that, but of course, the Bloodline is probably the biggest story in WWE right now, and The Rock coming back, which he did that night. You had you. I know it. I know. Um, Hell in a Cell would have been like if The Rock wasn't coming back. Hell in a Cell is definitely closing that pay per view without a doubt. It's definitely closing that pay per view. But Rock comes back, you know Rock is getting that number one spot. So I totally get where he's coming from, but yeah, it is what it is. Would you have liked to have seen the IC belt defended at Bad Blood, Knicks, or were you okay with it not being defended?
I'll be honest. I would have dropped the. And I understand it's bad blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Personally, I wouldn't have had the Finn Balor uh priest match. I would have
Priest.
had.
Okay.
I would have had the, especially with the announcement of the crown jewel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would have had the heavyweight championship match instead.
Yeah, that was something I was surprised they didn't. Yeah, that's something that I didn't understand why they didn't put or didn't have Gunther on there defending the heavyweight championship belt. I didn't get that.
Like, I think they have to
Uh,
understand. Like, here's what I have to understand: Judgment Day and the Terror Twins heat. That's not. It's not heat, bro. It's. I don't think people care. I really
hmm
don't. Like the original Judgment Day, how they were built together mattered. This separate and doing these different things, I don't think it's going well for them. I understand Bad Blood. It makes sense, right? Within the schematics, there, it's Bad Blood. Okay, they were a faction. They're not together anymore. Yada yada. But like, bro, okay. Oh, here comes the rest of the Jose to help. Oh, he gets the pin. Shocked. I don't know, man. I just the priest the priest Finn match didn't move me either way. Cool, you did it. Awesome. All right, great. You got the pin. Fucking move on, man. I'm sorry, I'm just over it. There's no, like, I want to see the Judgment Day go do whatever, and maybe now Raquel's going to be added and whatnot. Okay, go do whatever. But as far as the Terror Twins and them having anything to do with them, just move on, man. I don't care. I don't, I, yeah, there's just nothing really there for me. I'm sorry. I know maybe
oh,
I mean, maybe I'm by myself, but I just don't think those matches or anything had heat to them.
no, no, I think I, I I believe I had said by Bad Blood. I thought that the Rhea Liv storyline would probably end. I have to go back and look. I think I said it would end by then. Matter of fact, I think I said that. Yeah, I think I said it would end probably by around this point, maybe around Survivor Series. It would probably all come to an end. But yeah, I was real surprised they didn't have Gunther out defending his title against Sami Zayn. But I did like the promo that Gunther cut during the pay per view when
Mm,
he was talking to Goldberg. Hey,
sure.
Gunther is probably, hey man, he's probably doing the best promo stuff on the microphone right now, man. If not, he's like definitely in the top two, top three.
How
Uh,
do you how do you how do you feel about the crown jewel belt thing?
for Crown Jewel.
Yeah, the belt. Like now we have champion versus champion. The crown jewel.
It almost feels like Raw versus SmackDown brand splits at Survivor Series, when it was like that, 10 years, whatever, when you would have the champion for Raw against the champion of SmackDown. To me, that's honestly what it feels like. Um, and I have a feeling Gunther's going to win that match at Crown Jewel. Honestly, I think he's going to beat Cody at Crown Jewel.
Here's what I think about it. Look, it's a payday pay-per-view. We understand that, right? And
It's a
we've seen
glorified
certain,
house show.
yeah,
It's a glorified house
right,
show.
yeah, and we've seen certain things like, oh, we're going to let the Paul brother go against Roman, this, that, third. Here's the thing: you found a way to make the main events kind of matter a little bit. At the end of the day, oh, okay, look, nobody's gonna lose belts because I don't think they ever want anyone to lose a belt there. But we'll make this other belt, and you're the 2025 Crown Jewel winner. Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, for what Crown Jewel is, to me, it makes sense. I get it, right? And I'm okay in that realm. But I'll tell you what, that first taste of a 2 hour Raw, how good was that?
Man, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm telling you, when they say Raw was going to 2 hours, I said, oh, I said Nick should just watch the whole show. Just because you should watch the last 3 hour Raw show all the way in its entirety from start to finish, and you should watch Raw from 7 to 9 in its entirety. Did you watch
Did you
Raw in its
see
entirety?
how much they packed into that Raw in the two
Yeah,
hours? You had
they had a lot of
everything.
It
commercials.
felt
You
They
very
had
had,
a lot of
cluttered.
commercials.
but
It
you
felt
had
very
Punk.
cluttered.
I don't think it was cluttered at all. I think it was like you're getting it non-stop. Oh, here's Punk, bet, say less. Here's Seth. All right. Now we got Jey Uso out here. Get these going. All right, boom. Here's Braun Breaker. We got that. Hey, in the midst of all that, don't worry, we're gonna hit you with the White Six here and there too. And never mind the fact they had the 8 girl tag or whatever the case may be. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was
That
well
had
paced. I
like
thought
20 commercials.
whatever that
That's funny
whatever
commercials.
they can have the commercials when you're giving me it the way that they're giving it to me, and you got the champion, and then you get the heavyweight championship match and what that brought to the table. That was one of the best Raws I've seen in a while.
Man, hey, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot what a 2 hour Raw felt like. I'm not even gonna
Bro, they was getting it in. I was like, sheesh.
lie.
Speaking of
Yeah,
which, all 3 AEW shows didn't get as much viewership as NXT they on CW. Okay.
yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. Do you think part of that is because they have the main roster people down in NXT to a certain degree, or is NXT just a better show than what AEW is offering on Tuesday night? Because I think it's Dynamite, correct, for
I mean,
AEW?
brother, they had Sexy Red. You know that's why they drew. Come on.
Yeah, that
I'm
too. Yeah,
joking. I'm joking.
yeah. Well,
But
he's a
no,
big
I
star.
mean, obviously they pumped a lot into it to pump it up on the CW, right? They did have some big card guys down there, but no, I think NXT and what they've done and pivoted NXT is built its own cult following in a way. And look, man, I mean look, it ain't that it just beat one AEW show. The fact that all 3 AEW viewership shows combined didn't beat the CW's NXT show says a lot. I think it says a lot. I mean, you know what you got with Trick and those guys down there and what they're bringing to the table. Obviously, it doesn't hurt that you're mixing in a Randy Orton here or there. You had Bianca and Jade there as well, but it's mixed in with their talent, right? It's not like
Hmm.
standalone and stealing shine. You're mixing it with the talent. No, I thought he did a good job. Ultimately with NXT, and it just kind of speaks for itself and where I think we just continuously kind of have the conversation when it comes to AEW. You need some script writers. You need to get some coherent stories going. Like I turn it on, I don't know what to expect. I have no clue. Now the boom guy or whatever from TikTok, the Costco guy, apparently they got him. Okay, buddy, good job. I don't know, man. There's a ton of talent over at AEW, and I really would like for them to get it together and have for me
Good quality wrestling.
a functional wrestling show for me to tune into. But yeah, I think I don't know, man. I wonder. I truly do want. I know. Look, I said this from the very get when it first started. Before when the hype was all there and everything, I said the difference is they have enough money to stay in as long as they want to. But I wonder at a certain point when will Khan not want to anymore.
Hmm. And I was concerned. My concern with AEW was and I'm with you, Nick. It was hype when it first came out. It was hot. It was new. Everybody, they're taking shots at WWE, so forth and so on. After a while, okay, you for the 50th time you said something about WWE. Let's move on. What stories are you going to develop out of this, and are you going to develop stars to make me care to where I'm possibly say, you know what, maybe this week I'll skip out on Raw or NXT or whatever the case may be. I don't feel that, and I haven't felt that in a very, very, very long time. Um,
You
Brad
know what? The
Shepard,
last you
go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
you
Go
know
ahead.
what really the last 2 years of AEW has shown us, honestly,
What's
that
that?
the there might have been a point in time where you got certain guys and that would draw the viewership no matter what, right? And you look, whether it's
Hmm.
Cage, Edge. I mean, we just go up and down the list of guys they brought over there, right? Or ladies even, and the viewership's not changing. And because the stories are just, I mean, the storyline stuff are just that bad. I think what they're missing is it's not just the names. There was a point in time in wrestling, if you had certain names, you were going to get eyes on you. That's just not the world
Hmm.
we live in now. You have to have more than just the names to get over. And they just like the stories are not coherent, and I think that's what's turning the people off. And then I don't know. Do you see the Ricochet and what's his face wrestle match? And they just kept doing whatever, not selling.
Cartwheels and
Uh,
backflips.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, well, that's cool, I
yeah.
guess.
Check this out. Brad Shepard tweeted out. Brad Shepard Unleashed. He tweeted this out. The Tuesday Night War was more like a mild civil conflict. Now, this is what NXT did last night and AEW Dynamite. 874,000 viewers for NXT and 329,000 viewers for AEW Dynamite. That's lower than what TNA was doing on Pop TV in late 2016.
Yeah.
This is an alarming low number for a show that had a slightly different day or time. About 50% of the audience didn't tune in on a pay-per-view go home show. No matter
Mm.
how many times you explain that they can't cater exclusively to the sickos and need to diversify their business to grow, they refuse to listen, and this is the result of it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I don't know what the answer is, and
I mean, I think you said it. I think you touched on it. They need script writers. They
yeah,
need very good script writers who are going to write good stories. People are going to tune in to see, the wrestling or whatever the case may be, jump off the top rope or hit certain spots where they jump onto a table, all that good
Uh,
stuff.
tell me the rest of what they've gotten over, real quick. You tell me.
Hold on, I can't even tell you that.
You don't do Darby because he jumps and does stupid shit and bleeds.
Yeah, maybe him. And honestly, I haven't watched an AEW show in I don't know how long, just because I'll catch clips of it on the internet or whatever here and there. But honestly, maybe Hangman Page.
And they've been pushing him from the get and can't get him to cross over.
Yeah, yeah. They had what's his name? Kenny Omega. He was, for a while he was doing good, and then I think he
He's
got
been
hurt or
hurt,
something,
right?
didn't he? Yeah, he's
He's
been
been
hurt.
hurt. And then Mox dipped, right?
Yep.
But I mean, even then though, Mox is already a made man. Like I said, they haven't been able to take someone that they've grown and put over and cross over and do things. So it's always the same old, well, here's this new guy from WWE, most recently Ricochet, right? Oh, okay, great.
Hmm.
But there's nothing where are you putting him? What are you doing with him? What is the take? What is going on? And they had some of that in their first year and a half, 2 years. They've completely lost their way when it comes to that. I don't know, man. There's nothing about it that intrigues me to want to tune in. I would love to. I would love for something to get hot and like, oh, okay, this has got my interest. Let me see.
Hmm.
But they just haven't found a way. And I don't know if there's something there where okay, we'll bring in Shane and see what Shane can do. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, maybe so.
but and look, because we kind of know Shane wanted to be the next McMahon in the company and all that stuff, and that's not how things went. So what do you do in the McMahon legacy? Okay, well I'm going to go in this company and do things or whatever. Would Khan be interested in that? I have no clue, but I don't know. I don't want to waste too much time talking about it because I don't watch it. I'm just like, I just found it interesting that all three of their primetime shows didn't equal to what just NXT did, and that's really telling where that company is right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. They better get it together, or otherwise, sooner or later, their doors are going to close. And us as wrestling fans, I don't want to sit here and say, "Oh, WWE's better, or AEW's better," but I do want to enjoy good
Right.
quality wrestling, And now AEW is getting I think they did sign a TV contract with Warner Brothers, so I think they're going to be on Max here pretty soon, which is tied in with Bleacher Report that does their pay-per-views. So that's going to help HBO Max to a certain degree of getting new subscribers. But if you're not putting out good quality content, nobody's going to tune into it.
I mean, it'll help their
Point blank,
pay-per-views
period.
get more. I mean, it'll help their pay-per-view get more eyes on it. I think that's a
Yeah.
step. I don't think it's a bad step, but again, it just goes back to what we say. If they're not delivering compelling stories, then I don't know. Like, there was a point in time. I'm a little bit older. You are too. There was a point in time where TV would move very differently, right? And there was like maybe a late night Friday night or sometimes Saturday. You would pop on ESPN. Oh, well, there's NWA wrestling on, and cool. Guess what? We watched it because you didn't catch that all the time, and the business wasn't what it was. So you're looking at wrestling like, oh, this is cool, but you didn't have to worry about a storyline or whatever because that wasn't where it was. Now, though, on the other hand, I mean, it's far removed from that. There's a way that there's so many different options when it comes to watching TV in general. You have to deliver compelling content. I mean, how many shows, whether it's just on Netflix, wherever, they get one season, like, okay, this will do enough. We didn't catch the audience. We have to move on, right? And you're competing with all of those different genres of things. Oh, by the way, as you're taking time from WWE, which is fine. The problem is WWE takes talent away from you that's young. It makes it bigger. Jay Cargill comes to mind, right? And those are the things that, they just have to look, just no matter what you have in the building, you can still give good stories. And if you're able to do that, there's enough people that are willing to tune in and watch. But it just hasn't happened. And I mean, I'm not worried about, I know they do all the different shows, or they'll show the attendance and, and how it's empty on this side or whatever, and all that. All that's fine, but all that's tied to the same shit. It's all tied to you're not giving compelling theater, if you will, and storylines for people to be, entrenched in.
I don't know, but they're going to have to fix it, figure out something real quick because if they don't, boy, oh boy. I want
Fair,
to
you
ask you
there?
this, huh?
See, Fair's there. I see he came
Oh
back.
yeah,
He's trying. He's the
he's
little
trying.
engine
He's
that
trying.
I'm
could.
Ladies,
trying.
he's
He's the
I'm
trying.
little
trying.
engine that could.
Fair.
Yeah,
We were
probably gonna
just
die
talking
out
about
soon.
NXT and AEW's views for Tuesday night. Give us your thoughts about that real quick. What do you think about it? What can AEW do, or can they not do anything? Go ahead, brother.
Oh, he's gonna go ahead. All right.
There, are you there?
He's gonna go ahead. He's gonna go ahead and head out.
Fair, if you're there,
Oh.
bark twice if you're live with us.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can't bark.
This show has
You have
been
no
brought to
bite.
you by the Hurricane Milton and terrible ass weather.
Man, yeah, Florida is getting their ass kicked right now by wait a minute, it was Helene first, and then now it's Milton, and they're talking about another one that's supposed to be coming to
Right.
Hey,
to
listen,
Florida.
I don't know what's going on with Fair, but mine working fine. I'm good.
Well, East Coast versus West Coast here in the state of Florida, obviously.
No, I'm
Right.
central. I'm central.
Oh, so
I'm not on
Central,
the
so
coast,
Central
man.
against
I'm in the
West,
central.
Central against
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, he on the
so obviously
coastline.
fair. So obviously fair didn't pay his internet bill, is what you're telling me or telling us.
Look,
That's
Fair
what.
be muffled all the time anyways. I told him to get a new headset. He don't be listening to me.
He fighting
Wait
for
a
his
minute.
life down there, though.
Oh,
So wait a
facts.
minute. So he can join on the PSF app with you, Nix. Oh yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, by the way, Nix is the guru of Cowboys football talk. So come into the spaces, follow him at your_guy_Nix. He talks Cowboys all the time. Also, he does a live stream on PSF. Get the PSF app on Android or iPhone, iOS, and he does a live broadcast during the Dallas Cowboys games. He will be doing one this Sunday when the Cowboys take on the Lions. And
I'll tell you what
fair.
Smitty needs to do. What Smitty needs to
What's
do is
that?
run an Ethernet cord from his house to Ferris' house, and maybe we can get this thing pumping.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, Nick. That's a good idea. Run some fiber optic cables down
That'd be
from
something.
us.
He's fighting for
But
his life down there.
He is.
he is fighting for his life down there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Nix is the Cowboys guru. He is the Cowboys Gate. He is our leader. He is our cult leader. So make sure
There you go.
follow him on Twitter. And also too, don't follow Fair because he might not know where you're at.
He might know where he's at.
Oh man!
I'm on an incline. I don't know. I'm on an incline. Wait, I'm in a wind tunnel. I don't. Yeah, I'm in shambles. I don't know what shambles is in shambles. I don't know. That internet's in shambles is what it is.
Nick, what do you want for WrestleMania? Do you want Rock Roman or do you want Rock Cody?
Oh man, it's so early, guys. It's so
I mean, I know
early.
it's early, but the Rock made his appearance at Bad Blood, so you know it's going to start. The questions are going to come up. The people want to know.
I think it's going to be Cody.
Think it's going to be Cody?
Right?
Okay.
He does. Yeah, well, he hits the 1, 2, 3 in cuts in the well. I mean, he pinned Cody, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. Now, the only other way of that, and this is one way that I took it, Bad Blood as well. They organically got Cody out of the Bloodlines business per se,
Mm-hmm.
right? What happened there? Jimmy's back. Rock shows up. Crown Jewel belt. That also matters because he's got to go face somebody. Okay, KO in the parking lot. What happened? So you kind of pivoted ultimately the Rock out of that to build the bloodline from right now all the way through Mania, and that can get you to Roman and the Rock. I think they probably have an idea where they want to be at, and I think it'll be no different than last time. I think they'll have the GPS coordinates are plugged in, but depending on how the WWE universe operates and moves within that, we could see something change on that front. Um, so yeah, I think, how does it work for Cody away from the bloodline? How does the bloodline now pick up? How much is Rock invested, right? I think that's the matter too. Because you can one off to a certain extent Rock and Cody because the storyline's already built there, right? Because he pinned him, it is what it is. That story's built there. For Rock and Roman here a little bit, you got to do a little bit of legwork now, right? Because the bloodline's fractured. There's some things happening there. He's the hot chief. How does he feel about it? So you got to get more work for the Rock to build that to make it coherent for him versus Roman as compared to Cody. I mean, you can drop that at any point in time. You can drop that at Royal Rumble if you want. Like, it's built in already because of what happened at Mania, and then let's not forget what happened to Raw after Mania, the exchanging of the belts, holding them, the conversation. So like the Cody Rock thing is, it's pre-cooked, right? Pop it in the microwave and go. I think the Roman thing, which was once set up, now so much has changed, right? You got to do some building there to kind of get there with all the different loose ends. And again, it kind of goes back to, and I saw the clip where this is part of the plan. Well, what does that mean, and how does that come to fruition? And that makes Friday much watch TV, right? Now to see what we're going to get on the back end because we got to get the KO stuff, right? We got to get the Jimmy
Oh yeah,
Reigns, right? We got
KO.
to get right. Mm-hmm. We got
That's
to get
another
that. What's
thing.
going
That's
on,
another
right?
thing.
Because they're in
Didn't see
house,
that coming.
whatever, you know. So, but again, all that was done very well because, like I said, it organically removes Cody out of the Bloodlines business to go do things. You got the crown jewel, right? Okay, he's going against Gunther. Oh, you got to handle the situation. You got some bubbling with Randy, but now it's head up with KO. You got to handle that. So you got things going over here. Meanwhile, all right, now Jimmy's back. What's going on there? Okay, The Rock showed up. What does that mean in their business? Where they're at there? And I mean, you could see, right? You could see maybe the Bloodline turn their attention toward Jay all of a sudden. He's solo dolo over there on Monday Night Raw. Do they pull up and fuck him up a little bit, if you will, and see, where all these things, because there's so much going on there. Now you don't need The Rock to carry Timu no more, Timu Bloodline, because now Jimmy, excuse me, you don't need Cody no more to carry Timu Bloodline, because now Reigns, Jimmy, okay, Rock, okay, now you're set up on that side.
Excellent points. Excellent points. Fair, are you there? Hopefully. Is your phone up by a signal?
He said,
Okay,
I don't
I
know.
hear you.
He's in
He
shambles.
doesn't know. Well, go
Am I?
ahead. Go ahead and
I
talk.
don't know.
Go ahead and talk. Well, we're talking about your boy Cody Rhodes, man. How do you feel
Talk
about
while you
those?
can.
Yeah, talk.
On my own show. Okay. I'm so hot. I don't even know what the hell to say right now. Listen. Okay.
say it before you cut out again.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like the Cody Rhodes thing, yeah, they in my opinion, they used him as a plot device to get to the more KO drama. Love the way that they kind of how you say it, Twitter fight recorded that, let the fans kind of record it and they ran with it, making it kind of a internal thing with them. So I guess they'll definitely address it on Friday, but
Right.
I just like the feel of it. It was real. It was real. Just to keep it plain. Nix, I totally agree with you. Now you remove Cody out of the bloodline, which that's all I wanted. Just remove him. Like I said, they should have did all of this shit in the summer. But regardless, they remove Cody, let Reigns, Rock, Jimmy, Jay, and all of them handle that from there. And I don't know, because I sent Chris a bunch of stuff because I knew we was gonna have connections issues. Rumor, I'll say it again, rumor is some way, some fashion, it'll be Rock, Cody, Roman triple threat main event Sunday night. What do y'all think about that? It's probably gonna be my last thing.
See, now fair, and now guess what? Now I'm gonna be on your side. I don't like that. I don't like a triple threat, to be honest with you. It's not no. Let me say it this way. I don't like it as compared to where everything is at right now. Now, can they get me to a point where I'll be okay with it? Sure. Right now, though, I don't like it as a triple threat right now. But obviously, throughout the course here, things can happen, and they build it towards that realm, and I'd be okay.
Do you think that Cody and Roman should be able to finish the trilogy between them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I think we deserved it as fans as well.
Right.
And
I
for me, the
guess
payoff would be, and here would be the payoff, right? No matter who
okay.
wins it, right? So you had the first one, Bloodline gets involved, he loses. All right, the second one, all right, well, you have the tag match night one. Okay, it's Bloodline rules. Now everybody's involved from Cena to Undertaker to everybody. Let me get the trilogy, right? And where Roman's kind of positioned now, right? More of a face, if you will, kind of. Let me get a trilogy that's clean, and whoever wins wins. Best man, that's fine. But let me get a
Yep.
clean one. We haven't had a clean one in the trilogy. Let me get a clean one. That's like if you have the three way there, right? It's not quite clean because The Rock was involved again. So I would like a clean, no interference into the trilogy.
I agree with you. For those who don't remember, you're probably asking, "What do you mean, Nick?" As far as just having a clean match. Remember, WrestleMania 39, the Bloodline interferes. WrestleMania 40 this year,
Everybody,
you have everybody and their mother was out there except for Stone Cold. So
right?
yeah, so no, I'm with you on that. If you go Cody Roman, let it be clean. Let it
Mm,
be just them two. Let them finish it out. And in that case, I think by then Cody should be healed by then. He should be healed by then. I'm hoping because Cody's been giving a lot of heel vibes in his promos and stuff. So no, I'm with you. I'm kind of torn because I do want to see Rock Roman, but it's kind of like has Rock Roman passed his has it passed its course?
But see, I think you get
So
Rock Roman on the road to Mania though, if need be.
what pay per view is what pay per view is leading up to Mania outside of Royal Rumble?
What do we got? They don't do Fastlane anymore, do they?
I don't think they do. No,
Yeah, they
I'm
don't do
drawing a blank
Fastlane
now.
anymore. What see, what do we got? What do we got coming up? I mean, you could do it before Rumble.
Because the only one I can think of is off the top of my head is Survivor Series.
Yeah, I was thinking Survivor Series, but that's I don't know if you could position it in there, right?
Nah,
Um,
it'd be tough.
kind of. I mean, if you're kind of getting to Cody Roman, right? Roman wins the Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how you get to that matchup. I don't know. I just look. I'm not sure off the top of my head the pay-per-views between uh, Rumble and Mania.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure
If
either,
Fair
but maybe
if Fair was
Rumble.
here, if Fair wasn't in shambles, he could probably tell us. But
Oh
yeah,
man. Have you seen the Vince McMahon documentary?
yeah, I watched it. I watched it.
I It was good. A lot of the stories I knew already. This is more so like for the people. Like my wife, she said she wanted to see it, so she's a casual wrestling fan. Like she'll watch it if I'm watching it. But as far as like
Mhm.
some of the in-depth stuff that they talked about or whatever, she didn't
Yeah,
really
there
know.
were there was a couple of things in there. I was like, oh, there's a couple of things in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Look, I think it's kind of easy to tell. Like this was meant to be a grand tale of the battle for him to triumph and be the guy that he is to bring WWE to where it was, and in the midst of them filming and doing all that, then everything popped off, and they're like, oh, well, crap. How do we pivot it? But we don't want to go. I mean, how far can we go? There's legal stuff here, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, it was kind of. I mean, it was very top. I don't think it went too deep. Um, I think it tried to pivot and point certain things of his character throughout. And I think what they try to say is they let certain people talk about the best characters are the ones that are themselves but turned up a notch. And they didn't say it overtly, like you had to catch it. And then they kept playing the seed of how McMahon was as character, and then what he did kind of, is kind of who he really is without just out and out saying this is who he is, right? So, I mean, it was cool. It was a fun ride. Um, I think they were just in a very hard. They were between a rock and a hard spot, right? To with what they had filmed and what they were the original idea of the documentary was to that
Mm-hmm.
information breaking and how everything pivoted. So how do you form that? And by the way, this thing was in developmental hell because it's been like 4 years now. So
Yeah.
you
Right.
had to eventually get it out, in where it's at.
Yeah, because like I think for years there have been talks about a Vince McMahon movie or documentary, whatever the case may be. So it ended up being a documentary, and I'm with you. They were, it was going to make him look like he was, this great guy or this guy who built this empire, which he did, and then and they even mentioned it in the first episode as they were filming. I think towards the
Mhm.
very end of the documentary, that's when he got hit with all of those
Right,
lawsuits, and he had to cancel all the rest of his interviews or what have you. So
right.
uh, there, like the one story that I'll give you one example. One story that I didn't know was the one about the ring boys that they were
Hmm.
bringing to the arenas or whatever the case may be to
Hmm.
help set up the ring, take down the ring, all the other good stuff. I didn't know about any of that stuff and about there was possible some sexual molestation going on and
Right.
with that. I didn't know about any of that stuff. Really didn't know that he didn't meet his dad until he was 12 years old.
Hmm.
Never had I guess a decent relationship with his father or whatever the case may be. Didn't know that. It was another story in there, and I'm drawing a blank, but there was a few stories in there that I didn't know, but for the most part, I knew a lot of those stories. And man, can I say this? Bruce Pritchard is a friend to the end, ain't he? Because man, Vince McMahon could do no wrong in that man's eyes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, ride or die.
Right,
Whatever
ride
the
or
case may
die.
be. Um,
Yeah,
Obviously,
like
it was also pretty funny that you know, as far as the documentary goes, right? Whenever the what showing how he came to power, right, and taking all the territories, talent, this, that, and the third, yada yada yada, and then whenever, not that we didn't know this, but listen to him kind of talk about it. Whenever WCW does the same thing, he's like, "Oh my God, he's trying to play victim. Oh my God."
right,
He's like,
right.
this is not how business is supposed to be. This, that, and the third. It's like, bro, this is exactly what you did. Like, stop. But then he was
Exactly.
even, but then he was even not even coy, just honest. Like, everything I say is not what I mean. You know what I mean? He's like, sometimes you gotta, different things, whatever the case, you have to do things to, get your point across, whether it's real or not. So, yeah, uh, it makes me wonder eventually whenever this the 10-part Jerry Jones doc's coming, what that's going to look like. Lord,
Oh my
yeah,
God. Woo, that's gonna be ugly.
yeah,
That's gonna be ugly.
yeah. I'm like, I have no clue what that's going to be like, but
Oh my
we'll be here
gosh.
for it, and I can't wait for the internet to break. So,
Yeah, I did love the fact that uh when that one storyline that Vince McMahon goes to the car and or goes to the limo that blows up, how Donald Trump calls him just to see if he was
all right,
okay. I
for
love that.
sure, for sure.
Oh
So,
my goodness, man. No, like I said, overall, it was a good, solid documentary. Nothing really earth shattering per
right,
se. Maybe outside of how he ended up buying the company from his dad. I'm not gonna say it's earth shattering, but it was. You were kind of like, oh, okay, that's what he did, and his dad's partners thought it was a bad investment. Oh,
right.
okay, all right, got it. And, um, yeah, like I said, overall, a lot of the stories I had heard or read about, so it wasn't really nothing earth shattering for me. So, Knicks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, man, for coming on
Absolutely,
here,
man.
man, and greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, follow Knicks at your_guy_Knicks for everything Cowboys related. Even if you hate the Cowboys, just follow him so that way you can keep up with the Cowboys, so you can hate even more.
There you go.
He also hosts Twitter Spaces throughout the week. As a matter of fact, are you doing one tomorrow or Friday for the preview of
Friday.
the Lions?
Yeah,
Friday, okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
we'll crank it up Friday.
All right. Friday, make sure you tune in to the spaces at about 7 o'clock. No, 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
6 Central, 7 Eastern.
Okay, so 7 Eastern, 6 Central. He
Yep.
will have a Twitter space, give you a breakdown of the Lions Cowboys game that's coming up for Week 6, and also you will have somebody from the Lions Den, I'm sure, coming over to talk ball with us, and also too he will have pregame, postgame of the Cowboys win, lose, or draw. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Fair, we thank you so much for tuning in while you could. Stay safe. I don't know what kind of internet you have, but you need to get the one Smitty has.
Right. Thanks.
Get
Y'all
that
be
one.
safe, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate you,
man.
man.
But be safe, Fair. Smitty, be safe. Hey, for Nick's Fair, when he wasn't here, Smitty, and my name is Chris. Hey, y'all tune in next time. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Y'all take care. Smitty,
So,
hit the music.
bye.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Shout out to Snoop. For Fair, Smitty, I'm Chris. Y'all have a good one. Hey, y'all take care.